Yo, what up, you guys? It's your boy, the Kryptonian Saiyan here, bringing you a review for One Piece Chapter 96. Holy shit, so this chapter, there was a few moments when I was reading it, I was just like, Yo, if you don't know what I'm talking about, man, in this chapter, I'm calling this shit finally famous because Luffy has his wanted poster, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make that the fucking thumbnail, man, because there's so much epic shit going on in this chapter. Like, there's no fighting in this, but you can tell from my reaction, man. Like, that's how you know this is a good story, when you don't need action to push the plot. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, ooh, yo, excuse me, yo. Oh my god, man. So this chapter opens up and it's funny as fuck. Like, you have Nami and she's, haggling over the price of a newspaper. And that's my bitch right there, man. And I'm saying bitch in an endearing term, okay? Like, this is one of those videos where it's stream of consciousness, so you're getting what's on my mind. I'm fucking excited right now, so excuse me. But that's my bitch. Like, she tells Usopp, like, look, man, a newspaper a day is good for the brain, and I fucking read, man, so that's good with me. And unexpected wonder, you threw some shots at Lucy, my dude. I'm gonna say the other word. You threw some shots, man. Lucy's a writer, and Nami's a reader. I'm in love with him, goddammit. You gotta fall the fuck back. But this is the thing, man. Like, her and Usopp, they have this banner, and then that's when Usopp's saying, I'm testing out this super secret pirate recipe, and it's gonna get whoever's eyes, and he ends up testing it on himself by accident because Sanji knocks the fuck out of Luffy. And I didn't understand what was happening at first, right? Because I just saw Luffy crash down and Usopp get the stuff in his eyes, and I'm guessing that's something he's trying out for one of his darts. So that's pretty cool just to see how they're reloading, Like, I'm a Lakers fan, and one of the things with us for a large part of my life is we've always been like a championship team or a contending team, and we never rebuild. Now we're rebuilding, but we never rebuild, so it's constantly reloading and improving and tweaking. And so to see Usopp doing that, and basically Nami reloading in her own sense, because being given freedom, true freedom, for the first time after being enslaved for that long, particularly up here, because she was never free mentally or emotionally. So it's gonna be an adjustment period, And then just for the crew, I mean, it's a lot. So this was nice. Like, I prefer this more so than I did the Gaimon chapter. So this was really, really nice to see this. But when Sanji's telling Luffy, like, look, man, this is Nanji's Tangerine Grove. You can't have this shit. And the way he's saying it, right? Like, I'm thinking the same thing Zoro thought when Zoro said she's got him wrapped around his finger. And this is the thing, right? When you look at this shot, she knows it too. Like, she absolutely knows it. Like, right there on that, like, she's got her eyes closed. And with the heart, like, in there, it's further implicated. And I'm going to give, I'm going to drop a gem now. Like, I've mixed in relationship stuff when it's appropriate. Sanji's what I call a simp or a sucker. Okay? You can't, like, you give a woman attention, but you can't give her everything she wants for 3 reasons. One, a woman does not want a man who is going to cater to her every whim. That goes in the second thing. Most women want dudes to take control. And take control to a certain extent. You have your independent women, and there's no knocking that. But even they want you to take control. Just respect when they decide to go somewhere else with it. And for all of Nami's, moments, some of you guys said she can be a bitch. I'm guessing later on in the series, because I haven't seen it so far. But even for all Nami's stuff, is Sanji's really trying to get at Nami like that, it's going about it the wrong way. Definitely the wrong way. You don't shower with all that attention. Nami's the type of chick, man, you got to come in from the side. You have to give her some attention, then you have to pull back for a little bit. And then you have to constantly engage her, and she's going to be chasing you. And you can't do what he's doing, man. And that goes into the third point I got on that. You know, the other thing Sanji's making the mistake of, you can't come off as too eager, because what will end up happening is you will end up being the guy that she has on reserve, the guy on deck, if you will, or you will be the person she uses for a rebound, or you'll get put in the friend zone. And once you get in there, it's really hard to get out. But I'm gonna move on from that. Like I said, stuff like that is more for hey-hays than anything else. And I will be pulling that chapter, not that chapter, that channel up later on in the year. But just this, when you see the shot of the crew, and they've all got those expressions, I knew right away when I read that. I was like, oh shit, because like Luffy's got that oh shit in a happy way type of expression, and Zoro is asleep. So that right there, and Sanji says, uh-oh. Like, I was like, they got the bounty. Like, he's got a bounty. I was fucking hyped, man. Like, I'm getting hyped just thinking about this shit. And the crazy thing about this is we see like the breakdown for the East Blue. Like, we see Zoro, well, not Zoro, we see Buggy, we see Krieg, and we see Arlong. And the average East Blue bounty is 3 million berries. So right there, at a minimum, they are 5 times more, I guess, powerful or more notorious than all the others. And that's huge because they got Luffy at 30 million, and it's unprecedented to start at that high, which means that Luffy's got to be 10 times as notorious. And the reason why I thought that was really cool, because Luffy, I really feel like, is still following in Shanks' footsteps. And that means that Luffy very potentially has a higher bounty than Shanks did when he started. So now I'm really interested in Shanks' bounty. Do not spoil that for me. Please, God, do not spoil that. Because I want to be able to read that and get the reaction. Because if One Piece has more moments like this, it's not so much a live reaction, but I'm going to record myself reading the manga, and just incorporate the reactions to some of these moments right here. Because holy shit, like, this was huge, man. I love this. And the moments just kept coming in this chapter, because we get this one scene after Luffy's just like, yo, we got a bounty, we're fucking famous, we're rock stars. That's how Luffy was approaching this, right? And Sanji's like, I don't think you understand this. Sanji and Nami both understand this isn't something to be proud of, because now the heat is on you. And the thing is like, while I can relate to Luffy's one-track mind, I wouldn't say one-track mind, the fact that he just speaks whatever's on his mind, no filter, I can relate to that. But I'm also somebody, I don't like the flashiness. I don't like drawing a lot of attention to myself. I like nice things, but you won't ever know that I have nice things unless I let you in and let you see. You know, like, that's just my thing. Like, for a while I drove a BMW and I didn't like the attention I was getting. It was paid for, and I let people think I had a note on it, but that was my thing. They just said, oh, you're driving a 7 Series, therefore you must have a note. No, fuckers, it was paid off. But it brought too much attention, and that's essentially what Luffy's doing right now. Luffy is driving a 7 Series, and he's the youngest person out with it. And it's going to get a lot of attention. That's what Nami's trying to tell him. You're going to have bounty hunters coming after him. I know Johnny and old boy is sitting there like, God damn it, man. We had to see his ass, because we could have hunted him. Like, I don't think they would ever do that, because they worked alongside with him. But this is the thing, right? Like, we get this woman who is being, bullied by these 2 guys who apparently she defeated their captain, I'm guessing. But she's got a sword. And the thing about it is when I saw the particular stance and everything, I'm looking, and it really reminds me of a stance I saw Zoro take in the anime. And just his reaction, it's really making me wonder, is that the chick that he trained with and he made the oath for? Because look at his face. That's the face of somebody where it's like, oh shit, and she's blushing. She recognizes him. I don't know. I think that's the same chick, man. I remember it starts with a K. I cannot remember her name. But the other thing about this chapter is the news of Luffy's crew getting a bounty is spreading. which means I was right. Luffy's building his legend right now. This was beautiful. And like people in this hometown, like maybe our village would be like Gold Roger's village, because that's where Luffy and them go. And that's also where he was executed. I don't know. This would take balls. And this is going to be me making a One Piece prediction based on what I've seen so far. So again, no spoilers. But this would take balls if Oda did this. But Roger, the village he was born was where he was executed. And the last panel of this chapter, the mayor says, was it Luffy's dream or was it his destiny? And he wants to be king of the pirates. What if he gets the One Piece and he gets the title of king of the pirates and he ends up being executed in his own village? That would be some intense shit. That would be intense. That would be huge. Like, I don't think Oda throws that in there. I'm not saying Oda is going to kill off Luffy, but I will say two things. It's not unprecedented in a shonen, particularly Oda's, for the main character to die. That has happened. Main characters can die. The other thing, again, Oda would not throw some stuff in there and not have Luffy's village be connecting to the ending of One Piece. It's connected in some kind of way. And you don't throw in the Gold Roger stuff and the first thing Luffy does is go to the scaffold where he was executed. Like it's too much. Like the alarms are going off in my head. Like this, I don't know, man. I'm gonna get off of this, but I really like seeing Shanks' crew and how they're all, you know, gathered around. And when you have Mihawk and he says, "I found an interesting pirate. He reminded me of a story you told me long ago about a boy in some little village." And everyone's automatically freaking, and you see Shanks. Just the expression right there. So you hear Luffy. And I had a feeling it was going to be Shanks because he's called him a one-armed has-been pirate, okay? And that's the thing, like seeing that and then automatically it moves to Luffy's home village. It gives me a question now. Because my question is, I've been thinking this for a while. Is Shanks Luffy's father, or are they related in some kind of way? They have to be. Don't spoil it. Let me know if I'm going around on the same thing. And if it's just a mentorship type of relationship, then I'd be completely cool with that. But you know, it was just interesting. Like kind of like when I was reading Bleach for the first time and I saw the way Ishin was always attacking Ichigo, and I'm like, okay, his dad's a fucking soul reaper. How much obvious can you get? And remember, everybody was calling bullshit on that when I first, because like when Bleach first started getting popular here, I had checked out a few episodes and I lost interest. And I remember saying that people call bullshit. Then when I picked up Bleach and just gave it a chance all the way through, that's when I was like, oh, I was fucking right. Fuck you guys. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're related in some way. And maybe he's the godfather, but I don't know. But this was the panel I was telling you guys about. He says his dream or his destiny. And if you'll look, pay attention to the glass. The glass is half full. That's on the pessimistic side. Because again, he's not looking at her. He's looking at the glass. It's a sign of contemplation. So I mean, this was a really interesting and very good chapter of One Piece, man. Like this was wow. Like, and it started off with the cover page because Morgan has fucking escaped and he's got that useless little shit with him. So I don't know where Oda's going with that, but pretty smart though. But god dog, man. So my chapter question for you guys is, I got two. How close were you to guessing the bounty correctly? And the second question I have for you is, what did you think about Shanks' reemergence? What did you think? Like, just your initial gut reactions. But that's it for this review, guys. Probably is a little longer than usual. If so, I apologize, but I was fucking excited and read this, man. But if you liked anything I had to say, make sure you comment, rate, and subscribe. Share. I'll greatly appreciate it. That's it. Thanks for watching Kryptonian Saiyan. Have an awesome day.